Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Give yourselves a giant round of applause just for being here. And so now we have a panel session. And in this panel session, I'm going to ask some questions we've always wanted to ask people who book speakers. So right here on my panel, I have people who hire speakers, and some people do that for a living. Now, what I really would like you to do right now is grab a piece of paper. Right in front of you, there's a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen or something like that. And I want you to quickly write down your number one burning question for people who hire speakers for a living. Now, let me just introduce, while you're thinking about your burning question, I'm going to introduce our panel here, and I'm going to ask you to introduce yourselves a little bit. There's 3 microphones. 2 of them have cables, so one of them might not be working, but we'll see. So first of all, over there on on your far right, we have Mr. Rene Espinosa. So give him a giant round of applause. Rene is the president of the PowerMax Consulting Group. And when I said, well, what do you guys do? He said, in 3 words, we book speakers. Yes. Do we want to meet Rene? Yes. Okay, Rene, could you just share a little bit about PowerMax and what you do? And if it's we book speakers, then that's great. You got 30 seconds. Go.
Okay. PowerMax Consulting Group is a training company, and we've been in the business for more than a decade, booking speakers, producing events, and yes, this is interesting and fun.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Rene. Give him a giant round of applause. Thank you, Rene. Don't stop writing down your burning question. I want to know your burning question so that I can ask the question that is most relevant to you, maybe. That is, maybe I will ask that question. Okay, the other person on our panel sitting there in the middle is Meg. This is Meg Marzan. Meg is the Chief Operating Officer of iLearn Professional Services. And Meg, can you just share a little bit about what iLearn does?
Yeah, it's the same with PowerMax. We provide trainings and seminars to our corporate and then government clients as well. So we've been doing this for like 4 years pa lang. However, we were able to gather already and form conferences and group of trainings for a lot of corporate clients already.
Fantastic. So you book speakers as well?
Yes, we hire speakers. We basically promote their topics. So if they provide us a very good topic that is relevant and in demand right now, so we market that topic.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you very much. Do we want to meet Meg? Yes. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. And we also have Ethel. Now, Ethel is the Human Resources Director for Canon. Now, Ethel, do you hire speakers?
Of course.
Okay, so you hire speakers and trainers. So first of all, can we welcome Ethel? This is Ethel Odilao. And Ethel, can you please share a little bit about what you look for?
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ethel Odilao from Canon. And for those of you taking my photo from our competitor, please put it down. Okay, so as a corporate HR, we do have a lot of requirement for speakers. And this is a great opportunity for us to discuss with you directly to all those speakers. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Give a giant round of applause. All our panelists, please give them a huge round of applause. Okay, I need you to practice your round of applause because they're useless at the moment. So can we do a huge round of applause? Come on. Hey, can I also make a little request just on their side? When a speaker finishes their presentation today, can we give them a standing ovation? Can we agree to do that? Is that okay? Now, because there's a lot of speakers coming up here, and can you imagine the photos that they're going to have when they get a standing ovation? They can use that on their website. Would that be cool? Yeah. Can we do that? Yeah. Let's practice. Stand up, give a standing ovation. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, I was supposed to be in the photo. Never mind. Grab a seat. Thank you very much. So now that you've got a standing ovation, we can relax now because we've done the hard part. So let's ask some questions, and I'm going to ask you to... can I get some help from somebody to collect the questions? Yep, Tom's going to do that, and Kiruba's going to do that too. If you've got a question, just pop your hand up. Tom and Kiruba will Kiruba. We'll grab your questions as well. Yep, nobody on this side? They're still thinking. Okay, so let's ask question one. And I'm going to go through some of these questions fairly quickly because we don't have a lot of time and we have 3 people here and speakers. So thank you very much. Oops. Thank you. Thank you, Tom. So if you do have a question, just pop your hand up and somebody at the back who sees that will come and grab the question from you. Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you. Excellent. All right, so question one, Renee. So let's just make this a game show. Renee, could you tell us about the types of events that you typically book speakers? What are the types of events? You've only got a few seconds, go.
Well, I'm getting tongue-tied. We produce corporate events like HR Summit, the Philippine Tax and Accounting Congress, the Philippine Employee Industrial Relations Summit. Those are the big events that we produce. But we also hold monthly public seminars on various topics, sales, accounting, taxation, HR, and related subjects.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Meg, what about you? What events do you typically book speakers?
Yeah, we provide public trainings as well with PowerMax, and we also customize trainings for our corporate clients. So
Fantastic.
yeah.
Okay, and Ethel, what events and programs do you typically look for external speakers to come in and speak or train?
Okay, so unlike the public events, for corporations, we do have already the target market. We know already the audience by name, by development, by the training needs. So basically, when we look for a speaker, it depends on which among our employees would be attending that particular training or session. For most corporations, please take note that we are now being empowered by the millennial workforce, which is inching up as a majority of our headcount. However, we do have a mix in terms of generation for the executive and middle management board. So the Generation X is still represented. The baby boomers are still represented, but the bulk are the millennials.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you very much. And can we just have a quick round of applause just to practice? All right, thank you. A very quick 3 places that you look for speakers. Renee, let's start with you, and then we'll go to Ethel and come back to Meg.
Okay, there are irreducible minimums. First, his expertise on the subject. Second is his ability to teach or facilitate a learning session. It's very much analogous to being a marksman. In order to be effective, you must have a gun loaded with bullets, and you must be able to shoot the target with precision. Just a quick example. If a client needs a sales training, and the prospective speaker is an expert in, let's say, HR, but not in sales. But anyway, there's Google. Now, are you going to book him? Well, it's like asking, are you going to have a urologist conduct your heart surgery? An armchair trainer will not do justice to this task and will not achieve the objectives of the client.
So where do you look for them? Where do you go? Your company.
I'm sorry?
Where do you find them? How, there's an excellent speaker sitting there. How do you find them?
Well, it's,
Google.
Yeah.
And the symposiums.
I attend the conferences, and I also rub elbows with different...
Got it. So in other words, if you don't meet him, he'll never find you. So you have to go and meet him at this event. Ethel, can we just jump over to Ethel and we'll come back to Meg?
Okay, so we also look Google, but this is something that I'd like to share on an upfront. We are also very careful as far as self-promotion is concerned when you do the internet, because more often than not, there are, not more often than not, but there are some cases whereby it is totally different when you read through the mail or to the website as against when you have already invited. And again, as I said, most of our population are the millennials who have access to the internet. Remember that in the Philippines, we're #1 Facebook user, and our employees as well. So they want to give the recommendations. So it's actually even our employees, irrespective of level and rank, that will recommend the speaker they want to listen to be their mentor, and to be a part of our whatever events that we
So you'll search for speakers, but you'll also listen to your staff internally saying, these are the speakers we want.
Yes, and even if we have a shortlisted one, we at times share with them how they feel about inviting these speakers.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Meg, really quick, how do you find them?
Yeah. Well, first, we already have a pool of speakers for our training company. However, we accept referrals, but this is before I met Lloyd Luna. So right now, before I get speakers, I ask him first who he can refer that is an expert of a topic.
Wow,
So-
Lloyd's got so much power.
Right. So
Does he recommend himself a lot?
not really, because he's like super busy, but
Okay.
he always recommend people that is an expert of a particular topic that we look for. Because most of our clients already have a target topic that they wanted for us to run or facilitate for them. So before I check on my pool of speakers, if I don't have that, because I also protect the integrity of the company and the integrity of the speaker. Just like what Sir Renette told everybody here, that we have to ensure that we provide our clients a resource speaker that is really an expert of
Got
the
it.
topic, right? Not really academically expert, but experience-wise, because right now, since most of the corporate world involves or hire people that belongs to the millennial force, so we need to ensure that the training would be really engaging for the millennials. Because right now, most of the target participants for most companies are millennials.
Great.
Right.
Okay, thank you very much. So in 3 words, you've only got 3 words to answer this next question. You can hyphenate a couple of them, but three words to answer this. What are the trending topics that you're looking for right now, your customers are looking for right now? Renee.
HR, taxation, accounting.
So what was that again? HR, taxation, and accounting.
Yes.
Great. So if you're a taxation accountant in HR, you're laughing. Okay, so HR, taxation, and accounting. Great. Meg?
HR, business writing, and logistics.
Shirley, you're in luck. HR, business writing, and logistics. Okay, and Ethel.
Leadership, people management, and strategic planning.
Wow. Now, isn't that interesting that the end user is looking for leadership, people management, and strategic planning, but the event organizers are looking for specifics, more industry specific, right? So you're targeting particular industries. Yep, okay, interesting. Now, yes or no, do speakers pitch to you? Yes or no, answer.
Yes.
Meg?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And do you respond well to receiving such pitches?
We do.
Yep, go ahead. No, I mean, in other words, do you like getting these pitches? Yeah.
We have to accommodate those pitches.
So you have to put up with it.
Yeah.
Got it. And Meg?
Yeah, we have to accommodate.
Okay.
We, in fact, invite them.
Okay. So there's accommodation and there's invitation. Great. And what makes a good pitch? What are you really looking for when they pitch to you? You have 1 sentence. Go.
1 sentence.
In other words, I'm asking, how should we pitch to you?
Okay,
Yeah.
of course, a prospective speaker must share his experience, his background, why he is competent on a certain topic. But it's always possible to spread the butter too thick. So I still like to meet the speaker. You know, I don't buy a car online. I like to see it, touch it, feel it, and possibly test drive it. And in the same vein,
Wow.
it's always best to see the speaker live, and you get a chance to assess his ability to be relevant and engaging.
Are you here for today and tomorrow?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Meg.
Yeah, same. I actually, before I hire a speaker, I normally ask them if they have an upcoming training that I can, participate in, so that I can see personally if this speaker is really engaging, fun, dynamic, and would really capture the audience attention. So most of the time, I try to attend the trainings of the speakers. At the same time, I look at their Facebook page. Because whenever I see speakers that, or whenever I encounter speakers that would like to be part of our training organization, I normally check their Facebook page. So your Facebook page better be on public, so that I can
Okay.
check. Yeah.
And you better not be lying in a gutter somewhere in your Facebook page, presumably. Oh, thank you very much. Ethel, I'm going to ask you a slightly different question. When are your key times during the year when you select speakers?
Actually, before the year starts, we already have a budget and have planned for it for corporations. So depending upon our activity, which is more often than not, January, February is the corporate planning session. So we invite one. At the middle of the year, we also invite one.
And your budgets come out when in the Philippines typically?
Before the start of the year, we already have the budget approved.
So October, November, budget approved. And then January you receive the budget.
Yes, we can already use the budget starting January.
Okay, fantastic. So if speakers know that, then that's a good time to sort of be connecting with you as late in the year to say, I'm available and please consider me in your planning.
Yes, because of the timing.
Yep, from the timing perspective. Okay, fantastic. And a question, Ethel also, do you have favorite speakers and trainers that you choose often?
There is a possibility for a repeat engagement, and this is what we're looking for. They're saying that training is very hard to measure, but one way of us measuring is that the initial participant will make a recommendation and say, can we roll out what we have learned from this speaker? But the best speaker, the recommendation will be, can you ask the same speaker to speak to our people? In the same way as when you give books, a number of our employees use that as a decoration on the shelf. But the real good speaker, the employees who will not get a copy will demand from HR, how come we don't have this book? So we have to buy in bulk.
So is, yes or no for everybody here, is a speaker having a book really important to you or your clients? Yep, starting Ethel, yep. Is it really important that a speaker has a book?
The selling point really is the aftermath after the speaker's presentation.
So it's some sort of extended learning
Yes,
capability.
yes.
Okay. Renee, Meg?
Yeah, I agree, because most of the speakers that we have for iLearn, they offer books, but really, if the people or the participants from the corporate client, let's say, will buy the book after the training of this speaker, then that's already a proof to us, an evaluation that the speaker did well. Because if the participants really want to take something not, let's say, they weren't able to discuss a particular topic like on a further time because of constraints.
Yep.
So the book itself, if they can take that with them and then they can learn something from it, yeah.
So it's extended learning possibility.
There
So
is.
it could be a book, it could be a web program, it could be some sort of material. It doesn't have to be a physical book, it could be
It
online.
can be a collateral, a
Yeah.
brochure from the speaker, but if, like what Ma'am Ethel said here, if the participants is asking for that, it's already a statement that you did well as a
Okay.
speaker and as an organizer myself. Yeah.
Thank you. So pretty much similar answer, or anything to add?
From my standpoint, while it's good for a speaker to be an author, but it's not necessary for him to be such, because some of the best speakers we have booked are not authors.
Okay. So
So,
what are the attributes of that speaker that you really like?
he's an expert on the subject matter, and the
Okay.
people will get so much from him. And he's very engaging. He has a good sense of humor, and he can create excitement in the way he facilitates the session.
Give them a giant round of applause. That was just creating excitement. Okay, let me come back to a very, very quick question. A or B? Multiple choice answer. A or B? We're getting down to the money questions here. Literally, these are the money questions. If a speaker quotes a fee that is lower than what you were prepared to pay, Are you likely to be A, thrilled that you can save some money or make a bigger margin, or B, concerned that the speaker might not be capable enough? A or B? A, I'm happy that they're cheap. B, I'm not so sure that they can do the job. What's your original thought?
B.
Same with me, B.
A, because before we look into we have already evaluated the speaker.
Uh-huh.
Before we reach the negotiation.
Got it. But isn't that interesting? So one of them is we already have done the evaluation, so we're now talking about fees, so we've already picked you. But the other one is if you're quoting too low at the beginning, they're thinking you might not be able to do the job. Interesting. So on that note, what fee range you guys want to know this, right? What fee range? Now, here's the thing. For this particular question, this is not the sort of thing that we're going to put on a billboard outside. This is a private conversation with just us. There's like millions of people out there. This is your family and friends here, okay? What fee, and I know this depends, but if you can give us some idea, that'd be great. What fee range inspires confidence that a speaker can do the job well? This is for Renee and Meg, because you're the ones that said that this was the fee range. And we're talking about here for a one-day training or for a keynote. What would be the fee range that you'd be confident to hire them?
That's a $64 question. The totality of the package will really depend on the profile of the speaker, the budget of the company.
What's the fee range, Renee? Just give us an idea. What's the, like, if they're below this, we don't really want to, we're gonna think twice.
But it's like booking a celebrity or a singer.
One day speaking fee. One day training.
Bracket, 30 to 150.
20 to 150, thank
30
you.
to 150.
80.
30 to 150K.
30 to 150. Okay, that is quite a range. But I guess it depends. Frontline versus CEO level, that sort of stuff. Meg?
All right. For the public trainings that we hold every day on a daily basis, right? We offer $30 to $100. That would be for a 8-hour talk, right? And then for the in-house or the customized training, which requires the speaker to
I'm sorry. $30 to $100.
Yeah,
Well, who's that for?
for the speaker
The speaker gets $30 to $100 for a day
for a day, for the public training.
for a public training.
But that would be like for 10 persons only. If more than 10 persons, we offer additional fee.
Okay.
So if it's, let's say, 100 people that the speaker has to, talk to and
Yep.
facilitate the training to, it's a different fee.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
This is for the public run where we hold 10 person or minimum 10 persons only, all right? But for the customized and the in-house trainings, the range for that is $100 to $300.
Okay. That sounds low.
It's low.
I'm just saying. That sounds low.
I know.
Okay. So, Ethel.
Can I just
Ye-
explain why we offer that fee for now?
Sure.
For now, okay. The budget right here in the Philippines for trainings is not that much. Okay, we normally range the speaker's fee depending on the budget of the client. So what we get on the business standpoint, what we get is very minimal fee for the logistics, for the preparation of the materials. We target volume or repeat engagement from the client.
Okay.
That's why it's very low. But if we are able to get, like our company normally gets a training for 10 batches for a specific topic. Let's say it's a leadership topic or it's a time management topic. We normally get 10 batches of training for that particular topic alone. So if we get another topic for that client, let's say it's a leadership training, so it's another fee or it's another batch of, let's say, 25 batches.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And Ethel?
Public corporations operate differently from event organizers. We do not work on a fee range. We have high respect for individuals and speakers. So if you quote yourself and you're over our budget, we will move mountains to get you. Okay. However, if we are higher than what you're thinking of in terms of your quotation, then we will accept you. The other thing is that we are always open for professional negotiation. If we do not have the funds and the resources, we will be honest enough to tell you, we really like you. However, are you open for negotiation? I think that's how we operate. We don't operate on a
Ethel,
range.
you're my favorite person ever. One final question. This is a bugbear of mine. If somebody doesn't get the gig, do you respond and tell them you didn't get it? Or do you just forget about them and move on with your life? I really want you to say, of course we answer them and we say, I'm sorry you didn't get the deal. But what have you noticed? What do you do? Because if I ask the guys out here, my secret question is, my thinking is, well, what happens? How many of you, sometimes you've pitched yourself and you don't get a response at all? How many have experienced that before in your career? Yeah, does that suck? Yeah. Okay, anyway, you don't have to answer this question. You don't have to answer the question. That was just me getting something off my chest. Okay, I'm going to ask a couple of questions here because I've got about 3 minutes left. I'm just going to shoot some questions. One person can answer one of the questions. Grab a microphone. This is for 20 points. Renee? How important is it for a speaker to have spoken on TEDx? Is it important?
Sorry, it sounds Greek to me.
No. Okay. Next question. So that was how important is it for somebody to have spoken on TEDx? Because everyone goes, I'm a 5-time TEDx speaker. And then what happens? But is it important to you? No? Yes? Not really? Okay. How do you entice, Meg, how do you entice foreign speakers who are accustomed to much higher fees?
Basically, I just negotiate
Okay.
with them, yeah.
Okay. Great. Now, if somebody said, I'm $10,000 a day, what can you do at your $30 to $100 bid?
Follow the example of Lloyd.
Okay, so go and speak to Lloyd. Yeah. I'll follow the example of Lloyd.
Yeah.
What's the example?
Well, when I book as a speaker, I'm being paid, but here I'm speaking, but I'm the one paying.
That's right, but we're going to give you $30 to $100. What will be first? I really should have read this before I started reading the sentence because I can't understand that. Do you set minimum rate for training? No. Okay, let's go to the next one. What do you do when your speaker hijacks your program theme and then starts selling their own product or agenda? What happens to that? You've asked them to come in and do something, and now they're gone off on a tangent.
Yeah, we were able to experience that one. So we just let go, and then we don't hire that speaker anymore.
Okay.
That's just how we do it. And
Pretty
then
much.
if the speaker would like to, get another spot or another slot from us, that they're saying that they're sorry for something, we forgive. But there will be very minimum or like a little chance of him or her
Okay,
getting
so
that.
pretty much you hate them. But you will forgive them.
Yes.
But you may not trust them again.
That's
Yeah,
the
got
hard
it.
part, yeah.
Ethel, what's a major turnoff that could discourage you from hiring a speaker?
The major turn-off is when we invite them and they will not show up.
That's a massive
happened.
turnoff. Does that happen a lot? Does that happen a lot?
It happens.
Is it the traffic? Is that usually the excuse? Yes. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So basically move to a hotel next to the office. What is the fee range we've already gone to? And like another question here, we've got about 2 minutes left, I think. Do you consider impact analysis as one of your choices of trainer or speaker? That they can do some sort of impact analysis? Yeah, do you consider impact analysis as one of your choices of trainer or speaker? In other words, the impact that they can have or some post-implementation review. Is that something that you do? After they've spoken, get some feedback, look at the analysis of the impact that they've actually made as to when you bring them back?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. What kind of speakers do you never want to meet again? Renee?
Someone who does not have ethical values, that's a red flag or a deal breaker.
Okay. And where have you seen that sort of ethical breach? What sort of thing? What would happen, do you think? Oh, basically, if I took a guess, they went behind your back and tried to do a deal with the client directly to eliminate you from the deal. That's pretty much it? Don't do that. Okay. Nope, done that one. And final question. What are the research criteria that you're looking for when you go to their Facebook or their website? What's critical? What is a must-have? What are 3 must-haves that need to be on their profiles for your research to be even more successful? Or for them to have a better chance of getting the gig? What do you want to see on their materials?
What I pointed out earlier, the irreducible minimums, competence and facilitation skills.
Okay, competence and
And of
facilitation
course,
skills.
Values.
So how do you see that on their website? What are you looking for? Testimonials?
The feedback from their Facebook profile, Facebook pages, we can see the feedback of the
Yeah.
participants.
Okay. And is it their writing? Is it the blogs that they're posting? What else are you looking for?
Yeah, every material will help. So
Okay.
every data that can be taken into account will be helpful.
Ethel?
For corporations, we normally have what we call 3 supplier, 3 vendor policy. So we shortlist it and we give them time to present their ware. So show us the best that you can offer. So we call it the 3 supplier policy, and we give them a chance to explain themselves. I just have to caution the speakers, if in case you were not selected, it's not because you're not the best. It just so happened that whatever is you're offering did not fit our requirement. But
Okay.
you're still the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much. One final question. This is probably for the 2 event organizers. Can you please host sales and leadership trainings in Cebu?
Yes,
Who asked that question?
we have
You want to go to
trainings-
Cebu? Oh, you're
yeah.
in Cebu? You're based in Cebu. I thought it was a speaker saying, I really just want to go to Cebu.
Actually,
fantastic. Thank you very much.
We organize trainings for Cebu.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe just connect. All right, yes?
Yes.
Okay, can we please, we've run out of time. There's probably more questions. You can probably meet them in the break or at lunchtime, but can we give a standing ovation to thank our 3 speakers? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks again.